branded hashtags and buzzwords. Really cool stuff. So when you've taken some time and you kind of have a good identity, you know who you are, you know your audience, and you've kind of built a community, you can start building your own buzzwords and hashtags that people can connect with and tune in to a higher level. So let's talk about buzzwords or branded words. So when you have a branded word, it's maybe a word that you use in your community. And it may be a word that people already understand, but when they're talking to you in your community, they understand it in a different manner. So an example for Rock My Image, one thing that we talk about is rockstar professionals. Now, if people who aren't in tune with our frequency heard rockstar professionals, they may be thinking professional rockstar, right? They may be thinking of, musician that goes and plays on a big stage and plays in front of an audience and is a professional and they make a living doing that, right? But when you're with Rock My Image and you understand rockstar professional, you understand it's not anything to do with music. You don't need to wear spikes. You don't need to have leathers. You don't need, a mohawk or even tattoos. I don't have any tattoos. I am a rock star professional, and I once was a professional rock star, but I don't even have any tattoos. You don't need to be the rock star. But the key word, rock star professional, people understand when they're tuned into our frequency what that means, what that represents. Being an authority in their industry, really owning their craft, being the best that they can be, communicating with an audience and providing value, being seen as the authority in their industry, having the rock star mindset of being able to identify what you want, claiming your stage, and making it happen. So, what buzzwords do you have for your business? Think about that. Think about something that you might do that's fun, that can communicate and establish a deeper relationship and connection with your audience. I heard one that was pretty interesting from a sales closer. He's a hardcore closer, and it's called kangaroos. He said they were roos jumping around sometimes he works with, because he does sales. And sometimes he gets what people call tire kickers, but he calls them kangaroos. So people are rooing around. And he referenced, sometimes people are jumping around, they're not really making decisions, and they'll take the information you give them and they'll put it in their pocket, and that's what makes them a kangaroo. Very similar to a tire kicker. He could have called them tire kickers, but calling them kangaroos, that helped him connect with his audience and establish kind of an inside sort of trust. Does that make sense? All right, so think about what you could do, some terms that you can use, maybe for your rock stars in your industry, or maybe for process that you really want people to understand. Branding communication really adds a lot of value. Also, take into consideration hashtags. Now, if you're on social media, you probably understand hashtags. You can have a hashtag that people can search and see all the content related to that particular hashtag. And if you have a branded hashtag that's not being used by a lot of other people, then that could be really powerful to aggregate and put all your content together. So if people want to see what you're doing, what you've been up to, they can search the hashtag and they can see your most recent posts or things that are related from your frequency. So hashtags, buzzwords, brand words, take time to create yours, do it, have fun with it, and share it with me. I'd like to hear your ideas. Put it in comments or share it on social media. Thanks.